Several European countries will be halting their postal services to the US after Donald Trump scrapped a tax exemption on low import goods last month.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky marked National Flag Day on the eve of Independence Day as Russia continues its assault on Ukrainian cities.
Several European countries will be halting their postal services to the US after Donald Trump scrapped a tax exemption on low import goods worth less than $800 or €688 last month. The White House said it is aiming to combat illegal and abusive practices, such as the importation of illegal drugs into the United States. Letters and small parcels under $100 or €85 will not be affected. The UK, France, Germany, Italy, Spain and Holland will temporarily suspend services as of next week, while Belgium already stopped shipping packages to the US on Friday. Trump's announcement comes after the US and the European Union agreed on a new trade deal, ending months of uncertainty.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky marked the country's National Flag Day with a ceremony in the capital Kyiv. The ceremony was attended by top lawmakers including Prime Minister Yulia Sviridenko, military personnel and local officials. Every year, on the eve of Independence Day, Ukrainian flags are raised above government buildings and from windows across the country to mark the occasion. It commemorates the push for Ukrainian independence from the Soviet Union following a failed coup attempt. Zelensky says the flag is a purpose and dream many people in Ukraine's occupied territories cherish, adding that it was a symbol of unity and hope for a future free of Russia. The ceremony came as the Kremlin continued its aerial assault on Ukrainian cities. On Saturday, 3 people were injured in Kramatorsk and Donetsk in the eastern Donbass region. Moscow says it claimed 2 more settlements in the region as it intensifies its offensive in its invasion well into its 4th year. Zelensky accused Russia of being insincere about wanting peace and called for added pressure on the Kremlin to force them to the negotiating table.
Security guarantees agreement for Ukraine will ensure Russian President Vladimir Putin will never try to attack Ukraine again. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte said this on Friday during a visit to Kyiv. After the meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, Rutte said the alliance's support for Ukraine remains unwavering and continues to grow.
As we all know, the Budapest Memorandum and Minsk did not provide those security guarantees. So we clearly know what it should not be. And we are now working together, Ukraine, the Europeans, the United States, to make sure that the security guarantees are of such a level that Vladimirovich Putin, sitting in Moscow, will never, ever try to attack Ukraine again.
Following Monday's multilateral meeting at the White House, the NATO chief said U.S. President Donald Trump made it clear the United States will indeed be involved in providing security guarantees for Ukraine. According to Rutte, discussions about deploying foreign troops to Ukraine as part of security guarantees are ongoing, but it is too early to say what will be the outcome. Gaza is gripped by famine, the first time a confirmation has been made. According to a Rome-based IPC report, more than 500,000 people in Gaza are trapped in the hunger crisis marked by widespread starvation, destitution, and preventable deaths. Following the report, the UN warned that the situation is likely to spread across the territory without an end to restrictions on humanitarian aid.
It is a famine, the Gaza famine. It is a famine that we could have prevented if we had been allowed. My ask, my plea, my demand to Prime Minister Netanyahu and anyone who can reach him: enough. Ceasefire.
The IPC report comes after months of warnings by aid groups that Israel's restrictions on food and other aid into Gaza were causing high levels of starvation among Palestinian civilians, particularly children. Israel on Friday once again rejected the report, insisting that the findings were based on Hamas lies.